Howdy folks, Satish here from Dallas, Texas. Today we'll go and talk about how to win any dispute that you get. Now, don't use this for wrong purposes, but let's say you sold something to somebody and somebody files a chargeback and you legit earned that money. You should be able to, I'm going to show you how to win pretty much any dispute, okay? Any credit card, PayPal, anything. So usually it's super easy to win a PayPal dispute. So all you do is with PayPal, you just call them up and say, hey, this product is an intangible item, and according to your terms and condition, it says intangible items do not have the coverage. Can you please go ahead and rule this on my behalf? That's all you say for PayPal. As long as they know that hey, this is a digital item, they're gonna go ahead and let you win the dispute. Now, this is where a lot of people suffer. So whenever people get charged back from credit card companies, let's say Bob here, Bob goes ahead and buys your video course for let's say $1,000, right? And then after the refund period, let's say 6 months, Bob is broke, okay? And Bob needs that $1,000 back. He's gonna go ahead and call his bank and say, hey, I never received my course. Or he might say, the course was defective, blah blah blah, okay? And bank, okay, obviously that's Bob is bank's customer, so bank is gonna go ahead and do a dispute. And what happens when a dispute happens is Bob is gonna get that $1,000 on his account right away, just like that. Now, but they're gonna go ahead and send you a dispute notification on Stripe or authorize.net. Now, so at that point, what do you do in order to make sure that you win every single dispute? Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. So every single time, if somebody pays me over $10,000, that's my high ticket, okay? At least minimum, okay? Anybody who pays me at least $10,000, I go ahead and send them a receipt, okay? Now I do it automatically. I ask my VA to send it out. It's just a receipt. It just says thank you for your purchase, and I put a tracking on it, okay? As soon as I put a tracking on it, it's not a digital item anymore. I do that. Or normally I don't even take credit card payments. I ask, let's say $50K, $100K, I ask my customers to go ahead and pay me through Wire or Zelle. Those things are super important and they help out. Now, I do that. Now, let's say you go ahead and get hit with that chargeback. How do you win that chargeback, okay? The first step is to know that, bank, they have this list of rules that they have to go through, okay? Because let's say I work at a bank, I'm a dispute manager. I don't care, this is my 9-to-5 job, and all I want to be able to do is go through a list of stuff. If it checks out, I'm gonna go ahead and win, rule the dispute on seller's favor. Now, I can't share you the rules because I think those banks will come at me, but I can tell you what's on that rule book. So number one is you're gonna go ahead and create one PDF document. Now you can create a PDF document through Google Words or Microsoft Word. Let's go and start typing. On the top, you're gonna go ahead and type up your name, okay, and your customer name, okay? Customer name, full name, their email address, their phone number, their address if you have it, okay? And at the bottom, you're gonna put a description that says, the purchase was per blah, 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 okay? And then, here's the part, okay? Here, if you sold a physical item, I recommend, and I hope you put a tracking, but if you sold a digital item, what proof do you have? The proof could be, okay, you send it through an email, right? So that's why I always ask people to put a tracker on their email, okay? You put a tracker, and then I think there's Mail Track, there's a bunch of these plugins, okay? And if you put those tracker in there, what's gonna happen is as soon as they open up that email, you got a record, okay? And you take a screenshot of that and put it on that document and say, hey, this customer, this Bob, he purchased this, he consumed it as well. That's one way. The other way is, let's say, a lot of these, course companies, they will let you see the IP address of the customer who accessed your product, okay? Like for example, JV Zoo, ClickBank, DirectPay, they'll let you see the IP address of the person who accessed the product. That means they actually got inside the product. They downloaded the product, okay? That means they consumed it, right? So you're gonna get that IP address. You're gonna go and say, this is the IP address that they logged in through, and go ahead and put a date and a time, okay? Always be as specific as you can, okay? No generic. So they access the product, maybe no. You're gonna put a date, you're gonna put the time, and then day. That's all you're gonna put. You're gonna say they access the product, okay? And sometimes what's gonna happen is, let's say you built a website for somebody, you did some SEO work, right? And the customer says, hey, amazing job, okay? They send you a text, and like again, okay, Bob is broke again, his wife left him, and things like that, and he's gonna file a dispute. Okay, and at that time, again, those text messages, they are super. Take a screenshot of that and put it on that Word document. Okay, and then once you have that stuff at the bottom, I want you to go ahead and put a couple of things. Okay, I want you to put your business name. Okay, if possible, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and incorporate, at least get an LLC and get an EIN number if you live in the US or whatever your tax ID is. So that shows the bank that, hey, this is a legit company. Okay, they sold Bob something, and this is their customer's problem. Okay, and as soon as they see that information, okay, the customer name and information, especially if you have address, the IP address, they call it the access log. Okay, is there an access log? Put a check on there. Okay, that means that the customer actually accessed the product. That means they're not eligible for a refund. That's number one. Number two is also go ahead and put a link or a screenshot to your refund policy. If you have a no refund policy, say, put this is a link, this is a screenshot. I do not offer any refunds. Just go ahead and put that on there, okay? Or if you have a sales page, go ahead and take a screenshot of that sales page and put it on that Word document and convert it into a PDF. Now, go ahead and send it out. It takes about 2 months usually. Now, you know what happens. So whenever there's a chargeback, Stripe or Authorize.net, they charge you like 20-30 bucks on top of the fee, right? You're gonna have to wait about 4 to 6 weeks. And after 4 to 6 weeks, usually, like I said, as long as you've given them the proof that of the refund period, and then the proof that they already accessed the product, you should be able to win any dispute, okay? And make sure to do it like in this easy to read format, any communication, all of that included in one document. Because here's the thing, okay? Like I said, somebody is working at a bank and their job is to check, see if this is a legit dispute or not, okay? And usually they want to favor their customer, okay? They don't want to lose their customer, right? So, but the regulation says this is the checklist. If it checks all of it or part of these, you're gonna go ahead and rule the dispute on favor of the seller. So they have the set of rules. I told you all the rules, okay? And if you send that over to your Stripe account or Authorize account, you should be able to win your dispute. Now, I hope you enjoyed this content. I create content like this, sales, marketing, and all these tips and things like that. I've been in business for over 12 years. I'm a marketer, copywriter. I own copywriter.net, sidehustle.net, themorningnews.com. I own a bunch of these, SaaS companies as well, like Podmeo, DirectPay, and things like that. I have a lot to share with you guys. So if you enjoy this video, go ahead and do me 3 favors, okay? Number 1, hit that subscribe button. That's number 1. Number 2, hit that like button so that YouTube thinks, yes, this is a good video. And number 3, on the comment, tell me, okay? Tell me what else would you do what have you done in order to, win a dispute, or tell us about, tell people about what is, a story that, you went through where you lost a dispute or you won. Thank you so much for watching.